Hi guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. If you're new here, my name is Cheryl, and all you guys that have been hanging out with me for the last few years, I appreciate it. Well, today I want to give you an update on the Amish Friendship Bread Starter. As you can see, she's in a different jar. Well, I had her in a half-gallon jar, a jar about this size, and Farron came in here one morning and she blew her top. She overflowed. Who knew? But anyway, she got really active, and I have done a lot of research, reading things, what have other people have done and everything. Some people have said that they had problems with their Amish Friendship Bread Starter, where things weren't rising and stuff like that. Well, that's true because it's young. Mine now is about a month old, and I've been doing a lot of changes up with her. I've cut back on some of the sugar, and I changed the flours out. I'm not using all-purpose flour. The all-purpose flour I had that I forgot all about that was in my jar was bleached all-purpose. I mean, you still use it, it's just going to take a lot more time. They prefer, even with regular sourdough starter, to use whole grains. I mean, you still use an all-purpose flour as long as it's not bleached. So if it's unbleached, it's fine, because when they're going through it, how they explained it, when it's going through a process of in the mills getting ground and stuff, and they're bleaching it, it's killing all the bacteria that's on the grain, and that's what makes your yeast in your starter. So with that being said, I switched it to whole grains. So I've been using a whole wheat grain and a dark rye, and I'll show you the grains that I'm using. Let me get them here. I've been using some of this dark rye, which is really good. That's what I use to make my rye breads. And I've been using this whole wheat flour. Any whole wheat flour would work. But what I've been doing is, when I go to feed her, and yes, I call her her, I'll do like a half a cup of wheat, a half a cup of the rye, and then maybe anywhere from a little over a quarter cup to a half a cup of sugar, and then my cup of milk. And you notice, and I'll have Farron put it up here somewhere in the video, maybe half it, where she looks lighter in color in the half-gallon jar. And this is, I think, maybe a gallon and a half jar. And she's getting darker because of the flour that I've been using, which is fine. And also that our bread what people have done to their starters, and I don't see a problem with that. Maybe some people might, but that's just them. With this, if your starter in the beginning is really young and it's trying to work as much as it can for you, you could take a pinch of yeast, drop it down in there, and just stir it up. It'll help feed it because you've already used yeast in the beginning to help make your 10-day process. Now, you could do that to help started her again. And yes, I have done that. And now, with changing the flowers over, she's been doing pretty good. So, sometimes you might see, like, if you're using like a whole grain, it's not really like a mold or anything on it. It's kind of like a skin. Like, you know how, like, if you don't moisten your towels when you're making bread, how it gets that kind of like that dry skin thing. Well, she's got it a couple times. But I also did a boo-boo. I have metal, or like I guess it's a cheaper aluminum type of measuring cup. I dipped it in there, and this is when I started noticing the change. She still smells good. She doesn't smell foul. It's not really a mold. It's like a skin layer. So what I've been doing, just working it down in there. If that's wrong, and you guys who've been doing this for years, let me know down in the comments. But anyway, she's doing really good. She smells really fantastic. My recipes are coming out even better with using the whole grains. And plus, like I said, she's a month old, so she's doing pretty good. Anyway, I figure I'd give you an update on her, what I'm doing, maybe to help you guys out a little bit. But like I said, it's not wrong to give your starter a pinch of yeast to kick it in its little butt, to get it working, giving it an extra boost of energy, you know, to help ferment more. And just change your flowers. Play with your flowers. If you want to do all purpose, hey, go for it. There's also a low sugar or no sugar Amish friendship bread starter, and all you have to do is use a cup of flour and a cup of milk and 2.5 teaspoons of yeast to get that starter going. I've been cutting down on the sugar on this, and she's still doing really good on it. So, I mean, you can play around with it. I could probably change, if I wanted to, probably change her over to like a low sugar in there until everything is burnt up in her. But I haven't decided if I want to go that route, because I do like the flavor, so does Farron, but I'm trying to cut down more on the sweetness on it. So, yeah. Let me know what you do with your starter. I keep her out on the counter all the time. I never put her in the fridge. Because I'm usually doing something with it. And what I've heard and read, that you could slow it down by putting it in the refrigerator and then pulling her out a few hours before you're going to use it, and feed it to get it activated. Or you can do it the night before and do it that way and let it sit on your counter. But yeah, I haven't done that route yet. you know, I'm kind of nervous about doing that. I don't want to kill her. But anyway, yeah. So she's doing good. I had to put her in this jar. Like I said, she got so active that she spilled all over the counter. It was a mess. And it's like, oh my God. I said, I've been thinking about giving her a bit bigger jar, but I couldn't figure out what. And then this jar here, I broke its lid on it a while ago, and I just kept it. So I was thinking about maybe turning it into a planter. Never know. But so I washed it all up and stuck her in there, and now she's pretty a little happy. And cut out another little lid for her. So she sits on the counter waiting for me to do stuff, and you know, I feed her on her feeding schedule and, you know, stir it in between times. So yeah, so let me know what you guys do. And anyway, I appreciate you coming in and checking out this short little video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Share the video, give me thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow. I mean, we are growing, and yeah, it's fun. I'm trying to figure out some new recipes. I've been playing around with different ones and putting them together to see what I could do with it because of the series that I started. Why not have a series on the Amish friendship bread, of using it different ways, how I use it, and then giving you guys ideas. So anyway, stick around guys and check out the channel, and I love y'all. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye now. Have a great day.